Hello, happy Sunday. I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach. Tonight, I am doing something a little out of my usual routine for my lives. I'm actually going to explain the reading that I did for my entrepreneur fellows out there. And so I just want to share behind the scenes a little bit. If you're creating a shit ton of content all the time for your business, it is so much fun to find different ways to find inspiration. Something that I have given myself like full permission to use in my business is like different tarot cards. So I love my Mystic Mondays tarot deck. I also love this deck. It's the Divine Feminine Entrepreneur. I didn't use it for this reading tonight, but it's very realistic. So innovation, I can't read backwards, investing, setting goals, all that stuff. I also have a deck that is actually a game. It's not a tarot deck at all. It's from the Moth podcast, and it's a game of storytelling. And let me tell you, if you bought this game and you brought it out at a party, this is fucking hard. Okay, let me read one of the prompts to you. Okay, so this is one of the prompts, if I can get it out, is fuel to the fire. Prepare a story about escalation and acceleration, a blaze of love or a bonfire of woe, heated words, toasty tempers, and the catalyst to the final straw, going from 0 to 60, bad to worse, or worse to wonderful. And then the three subcategories of that prompt are a time you felt the heat, a time you got burned, a time you fanned the flames. And actually, this is a good one, but I don't know, like being at a party where you're having to think of a story to tell, and then you have to tell it in like a charming, entertaining way. That's hard. I aspire to be that good of a sports storyteller. Anyway, for those of you who are tuning in, hello, welcome. I am going live to the Facebooks, to LinkedIn, to YouTube, and to Twitter. If you chime in, I love for this to be interactive. Just know that sometimes not all the comments show up from everywhere. So if you're tuning in from one of the platforms, and I'm not saying hi to you, just trust me, it's not you. Sometimes the technology just doesn't work with us. Okay, so tonight, one of the things that I focused in on is specifically my people out there who are beginner entrepreneurs and beginner entrepreneurs who have been working at this for around a year, trying to get their business up and running and profitable, and who are just getting really super freaking frustrated that it's not going faster, that it just seems to be them spinning their wheels. They're spending a lot of time and energy on certain things, and they're not getting any like monetary feedback from it. And they're also kind of freaking out about this pending recession that everyone keeps talking about. And yet it keeps seeming to be getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off. I'm of the mind, like at this point, like, let's just like act as if there's not going to be a recession. Can we just like pretend it's not going to happen? Okay. Like, I wonder if we're talking about it so much, and this is a very like uneducated on economics opinion. Don't trust me here. It's almost to the point where like we talk about it so much, like we're making it true. But of course, there's inflation, there's lots of things, so don't listen to that. But I just wish it would just like happen or not happen already. Anyway, so I did this reading for you. Now, the three cards that I pulled were first the Princess of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune was number 2, and then the Knight of Swords. And part of the reason I love this deck is just they're so pretty. Okay, so Princess of Pentacles. I loved reading what this card meant, because it's so true. So true for my beginning entrepreneurs. And hi, Leandra, welcome from Brazil. I think Sao Paulo's in Brazil. I'm overthinking it now that I said that. Anyway, just confirm if my geography is on par or not. So the Princess of Pentacles represents this thirst for knowledge and being grounded and practical. Okay, so typically, when a business owner starts, especially if you're working in a service-based industry, so you're copywriting, you're coaching, you're consulting, there's this thirst for learning. So you may go and like buy all of the books that have to do with what you do. You may go and invest in all the online courses that have to do with what you do or like how you might start the business. And where you can get stuck in this stage of your business is you're basically doing information hoarding and you're not actually taking any action. Okay. So when the Princess of Pentacles shows up, it is a big, big sign from the universe that you need to start taking action. Okay. Because nothing happens without action. Okay. And really, no action gets you nowhere fast. And we all know those people out there who are constantly talking about their big business ideas, about the book they want to write, about the foundation they want to start, about the nonprofit they want to launch. And they never do anything. And let me tell you, as a former one of those people get really bored of listening to you if you're constantly all talk and no action. All right. Of course, talking something through and getting all the information you need to get it up and launched. That's a very important step, but it can't be the only step. Okay. You can't just information hoard and gather all the resources and all of the data and all of the learning and not do anything with it. That's not going to get you anywhere closer to your goals. So here is your sign to take those ideas and get to work. Okay. And just so you know, the work doesn't have to be like hard and arduous and unpleasant. Okay. Like we normally tend to make work. Like we've been taught what work is. It can be fun. Hence, like here I am having fun in my business. I wrote a whole post this past week about how my last name has the word anus in it. I was able to joke about, my favorite show, Indian matchmaking, and was able to have so much fun with the people in my community. By the way, ended up like bringing some people into my business from that call or from that post. Okay. It had nothing to do with my work. So here's your sign to A, take action. And B, stop getting all flipped out about this idea that you have to have it look a certain way. You can have so much fun. You can be playful. You can be yourself. That is fully allowed here. Joseph, what did I do to catch your attention, may I ask? And that's why I enrolled in college for the dream I have of making it right in the deep for everyone right. Yes, fabulous. Yeah, thank you. I honestly, if you, Joseph, are just resonating with how I described you, hey, welcome to the club. These are my people, and I'm so happy to have you in my world. Okay, so card number 2 that I pulled for those of you who beginner entrepreneurs. This is card number 2. This is the now, and I thought this is really funny. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so I'll show you that. So the Wheel of Fortune signifies change, fate, and karma. All right. And the way it's facing, so if it's upwards or upside down, it apparently means something different. So, sorry, I just have an itch on my nose. So literally it says change is coming and things feel out of your control because they are. Okay. There's a choice ahead of you, and this choice is to let it happen and just bitch and moan and complain about it, or take action. Keep working. Those are your 2 choices. Bitch, moan, complain, let it happen to you, be a victim of the circumstances, or take action, be the narrator of your own freaking life. Okay. Life is full of cycles, and let's acknowledge this. Aging is a whole series of cycles. As women, we have our own cycles. There are the seasons. No, none of these cycles ever last. Okay. So for us to really appreciate the good times, we also have to have some bad times. And I think we're all in this moment of like, we're about to hit some bad times. And that's okay. And that's okay because you can choose. You can choose to be an active participant and keep working towards your goals, or you can choose to be a victim of everything. Joseph, in which order? What do you mean in which order? Want to answer your question, but I'm not sure what the question is about. Need a little more information. Okay. And so you need to remain active working towards your goals and trust that this is where you need to be now. This stuck feeling where everything is like you're working and you're putting stuff out there and you're trying and all this stuff. Like, this is where you're supposed to be. Wherever you are while you're watching this live, or this recording of this live, is where you need to be. This right here in this moment. And this moment right here is where you need to be. And this moment right here is where you need to be. All right. Everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer of that. And you get to make the most of every single moment. Now, so let's talk about this pending doom that everyone's feeling about and we're constantly seeing in the news. There's this belief system that having a job equals security. Let me tell you something. Yes, it can mean you're secure. But you know what adds to that security? Is if you have another income stream coming in. Because if you're making a certain amount of money from that job and you start making more money from a side hustle, or you start a full-time business on the side, whatever you choose to make it, that money can go into a savings account. That money can be put towards things. That money can safeguard you in case anything happens to your j.o.b. Okay? I'm not telling anyone to quit their j.o.b right now if they're not ready for it. Okay? You have to feel ready for it. You have to be ready to end that relationship. But wouldn't that be so much more magical if anything were to happen to your j.o.b, to that salary that's coming in, to know that you already have some income coming in from somewhere else? Okay? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about the Wheel of Fortune, is that the world is just going to happen. And the world is just going to keep on happening. There are things that are absolutely outside of our control. So it forces us to look at what are the things that are in my control and what can I do to make the best out of them. So Joseph, the 3 categories, in which order? Fate was in the middle. What is it? Feet away. I just got booted from college for withdrawal. That wouldn't have... Yeah. So, I mean, the card, so the Wheel of Fortune card refers to change, fate, and karma. Okay. So change is inevitable. There, fate is going to take us wherever it will. And of course, karma plays into all of that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Joseph. That sounds awful. All right. And Shav, oh my God, yes, the tarot cards. I know you love these. I am a huge fan. Okay. So trust that this is where you need to be. Whatever is happening right now is where you need to be. Okay. As shitty as it may be, or as wonderful as it may be. Okay. And remember that no season lasts. You can only really appreciate the good and wonderful times if you go through some shitty times. All right. And vice versa. Like, I know whenever I'm going through a shitty season of my life, remembering good times is what really gets me through, because I'm looking forward to those times again. All right. And just know that they're coming. This is all cycling through. Yeah. And you're having deja vu right now. Oh, I love deja vu. Deja vu, I always feel like this, whenever I get it, it's like this feeling of like, oh, I'm just supposed to be here right now. This is where I was supposed to be. I remember having this in college when there was like a day trip to go to the Met in New York, and I think I was in the American Gallery, and I was looking at this incredible painting, and just having this major moment of deja vu, and just feeling like, okay, cool. This is where I'm supposed to be. Perfect. Anyway, back to the 3rd card. Okay. So we've had the Princess of Pentacles. We've had the Wheel of Fortune. Finally, we have the Knight of Swords. And isn't he handsome? I mean, he's wearing tights, but he's rocking them. Anyway, it's a little David Bowie too, isn't it? Anyway, so the Knight of Swords represents intense focus, being radically obsessive. Okay. Intense focus and being radically obsessive. All right. And really, the whole thing here is that if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And, you can just see the determination in that picture. Okay. So, the thing you need to remember here is like strong intentions plus intense focus will forge the path ahead. You can have strong intentions all day long. But if you don't have that intense focus and that intense work ethic to blend with it, like, you're not going anywhere. Okay. You have to blend the two. You have to take those strong intentions. And this is what we talk about when we think about manifesting, right? So if you're manifesting something, if you want riches and you want like the fancy house and you want the love of your life, that is all of your strong intentions, right? But here's the thing that manifesting, like a lot of people don't think about when they're trying to manifest stuff. It's like, you can't just sit on your couch and manifest the love of your life. All right. Because guess what? Like, they're not going to break into your home. And if someone does break into your home, I guarantee you they're probably not like relationship material. Okay. So you have to get out there. You have to go and take action. You have to have intense focus. You have to have intense work ethic and go and get it. Yeah, David Bowie. Oh my God, there's an emoji for that. I didn't know that. So if things have been slow, then this is a sign that things are about to pick up. All right. And here are some things that will help you. And this is from the definition of the Knight of Swords. You actually have to surround yourself with equally ambitious and hardworking people right now. All right. Here's why. Okay. So stick with me. So I don't know if anyone plays tennis or you know anything about tennis. Okay. But if you're playing tennis and you're serious about it, you really want to play with people who are your level or higher up. Okay. The reason being, and I don't know the actual levels of tennis, so just go with me. I'm going to make it up. So imagine 1 is like the absolute best. 2 is the next down from that. 3 is the next down from that. Continue. So if you're a 3, 1s aren't going to want to play with you. Okay. Because you get elevated. You go up to their level. They come down to yours. So you both end up playing like a 2. All right. So 2s may like cut you some slack and play with you. But what you want to do is you want to work with the 3s and you're going to elevate each other together. All right. So here is your sign. If you don't have a community, if you don't have business besties, if you don't have people in your circle who are equally ambitious and hardworking, you're actually doing yourself a massive disservice in building this business. Okay. You're actually less likely to be successful in this business if you don't have this support structure around you. Okay. This is one of the reasons why in my group program and in my one-on-one program, I have such a strong group structure and I have calls that make sure that everyone gets to network and support each other, because those relationships where people meet and they're able to offer that support and commiserate and just relate to each other and give each other feedback is so valuable. Okay. And it really does elevate your ability to focus on those big intentions that you have for your life and for your business. And the other thing here is when you are playing on a field of other people who are working on the same thing and they want the same thing, there is an elevated expectation of quality. Okay. And I want to point out the dark underbelly of this is like there's comparitis, right? So you're comparing what you're up to other people. And that's not good because like what you have to offer is different than what other people have to offer. But in some ways that's good. Because if I'm thinking about like releasing like a free ebook and someone else is releasing like a free video course, that's going to challenge me to be like, you know what? I wonder if I can actually make this a video course. I wonder if I can elevate my offering. If someone else is designing like amazingly written landing pages for their programs and you don't have one, it's really that kick in the ass to say, you know what? I'm going to either like, bust my butt and write really incredible copy for my landing page, or I'm going to have someone else do it because I want this to be quality. I want to be able to have quality. I don't want to take shortcuts. All right. So the Knight of Swords is all about that intense focus and work ethic towards your whatever it is that you want and not letting up on focusing on it. Okay. So here's the main lesson here. I'm going to tie this all together. Okay. So you're going to go and stop trying to gather all the information. You're going to go and you're going to stop trying to be an information hoarder on all the ways you could do this. Okay. Just stop. Okay. You have all the information where you are right now. Okay. And if you need more support, then there are so many support systems out there. Go and get them, but get support to take action. Don't get support to get more information. All right. Know that change is coming. And there are things that are completely out of your control. But there are some things in that you can control. And that's you continuing to take action. Okay. Regardless of what's happening out in the world. If you continue to work on this, things are going to start happening. All right. Even if you're feeling stuck in ick right now. And start surrounding yourself with business besties. Start surrounding yourself with people who are equally obsessed with the goals they hope to achieve. And not even they hope to achieve, like the goals that they're going after and that they know they're going to make real in their lives. All right. There's this saying that's like, you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's so true. If you're spending all of your time hanging out with people who are getting wasted on the weekends and partying and, just chilling and hanging out, but you want to be climbing ladders and building businesses and creating a whole empire, guess what you're probably going to end up doing in your free time? However, if you spend your time with other people who are building their empires, guess where you're going to get faster? All right. So let me see. So Joseph. Yeah. It sounds like a rough situation. And why not an elevator to an interactive ebook? Yeah, exactly. So Joseph, you can absolutely do a bunch of different things that'll come across as way more polished. And Gabriel, good evening. Anyway, so with that, I hope you found some inspiration tonight from this Sunday evening tarot reading. If you are wanting some community, every Friday I do Brave Biz Labs. It's a free call. I also have my community on Mighty Networks for my ADHD entrepreneurs. We have private group coaching sessions once a month. The first one is this Wednesday. If you want to be in that group, then DM me and I will get you the link. It's an amazing community and you get exclusive access to some not released publicly podcast episodes that I just put too much value into and I can't release them publicly. Anyway, with that, if you'd like to join any of those, I think the the Brave Biz Lab group call is in my bio. And if you want to join the ADHDpreneur community, then just DM me. But otherwise, I hope you have enjoyed this live. I hope this gave you some inspiration. I hope it gave you a kick in the butt to get working on some things, to start taking action and stay focused. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. This is day 4 of me going live every single month or every single day this month for the end of the year. If there are any topics you want me to go live on, then please DM them to me and I would be happy to customize some content for you all. Anyway, Gabriel, Joseph, Shab, and Leandro, thank you all for joining. I hope you have an amazing night. And get some sleep, everyone. Tomorrow's the first day of the week. Anyway, I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and money mindset coach. I'll talk to you all soon and have a fabulous night.